Dzerowicz for the next 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and I want to thank the Governor and the Deputy Governor for being here today. I'm going to start off with the residents of my riding of Davenport and what I'm worried about with them. You have been very consistent about how core inflation has to be sustained for a long period of time. You've come before our committee so many times, and I've listened to a lot of your speeches. You've been very, very consistent. What I worry about is that in living memory, my constituents remember a time for 10 years where interest rates were abnormally low. If you look at actually the whole span of history, actually it was a very abnormal time period. And I feel that when we're talking about, so whether you do it in June, whether you do it in the fall, and we start sort of reducing the interest rates, I'm worried that the perception that constituents of my riding, Canadians, will have is we're going back to what was an abnormal interest rate level for a long period of time. Can you maybe speak to that? Am I having should they have that expectation, or should they be given a bit of a reality check?
Look, we are concerned about that too, and in fact, I think you gave a whole speech trying to outline the reasons why. I mean, first of all, interest rates are certainly not going back to the emergency low levels we had during COVID. They're unlikely even to go back to the pre-COVID levels. As you said, we had, from the global financial crisis to COVID, we had an unusually long period of very low interest rates. So yes, we're probably not going back to those types of interest rates. The other thing I would say is, in our own forecast, once we become more confident that that the downward momentum we've seen in core inflation is going to be sustained, so we are solidly on a track back to 2%, it will be appropriate to lower our interest rate. And we're going to take each decision at a time, but when you look at our forecast right now, inflation's coming down pretty gradually. So even when we start reducing interest rates, it's likely to be a pretty gradual path. So, for both those reasons, the longer term and the shorter term, yes, I think Canadians should not be expecting that we go back to pre-COVID levels of interest rates, and they shouldn't be expecting a rapid decline in interest rates.